Welcome back, everyone. So, I thought before we go into the reading, I just wanted to chat quickly about this Cancerian energy that we're moving into. And I thought it would be nice to do a little bit of a talk on the Queen and King of Cups and the Chariot, which is Cancer, the sign of, it's the card that represents Cancer in the tarot. However, I also want to talk about the moon because for me, the moon is much more a representative of Cancer, even though in the tarot it's not necessarily the card, but I do associate it with Cancer because Cancer is ruled by the moon. Anyway, so what's been coming up for me in readings, and just I've been mulling a lot about this, given the discussions and this thing about balancing of our divine masculine and feminine. So I've been thinking about the Queen and King of Cups, what they represent, given that we're going into this water energy. Now, the King and Queen of Cups represents all water signs, but obviously I'm not speaking only to water signs, but Cancer is a water sign. And I just wanted to chat about these energies in the negative and in the positive. So I'll start with the Queen of Cups energy. If you look at the Queen of Cups, I'm hoping that the light is good. The Queen of Cups is the nurturer of the nurturers. She is such a nurturing energy in the tarot. She is the most, or the Queen of Cups is most associated with nurturing. Very much maybe like the Empress, although the Empress, to my mind, is an amalgamation of all the queens. But the Queen of Cups is the nurturer of nurturers. Now, in the negative, of course, I'm sure many of us, particularly women, I guess, have been raised to be nurturers. Now, there's nothing wrong with nurturing. It's when the Queen of Cups is in the reverse, when she over-nurtures, when she over-gives, that there becomes an imbalance within the self, right? So the problem with the over-giving can be in giving, even though we might not realize it, giving with an expectation of return. So that's one aspect of it. The other is giving so much that we become resentful, and giving without our own wells being full. So there's no supply to ourselves. And along with that goes a lack of being able to ask, have needs, clarify expectations of others. So we give, firstly, without getting anything in return, and that causes an imbalance. Or we give with expectation, but we might not even be aware that we are giving with expectation. We're just so comfortable in that role of giver, and the result is, in the end, we can become so resentful that there's almost no turning back. But there is turning back, because I think it starts then with the self. And it starts with that journey of the self again. And for me, what is so important is the self-awareness. Because the more aware we are, the more we can see when we are giving with expectation, when we are over-giving, when we are not having our needs met. And so we can, even if it's slowly and it takes a long time, we start changing that behavior, and we can still do that in a loving way. And I guess that's the benefit of the Queen of Cups. That's the positive side of the Queen of Cups. In the upright, the Queen of Cups is comfortable with her nurturing side. She is the nurturer, and she's at peace with that. And that's so important, because we need nurturers, we need the go-getters, we need all those different aspects of ourselves, right? So in order for us to set ourselves right as Queens of Cups, whether we are male or female or however we identify, we need to be able to firstly be aware so that we can say when our needs are not being met, so we can set boundaries for ourselves, and most importantly, we are able to give to ourselves. I think that's that's a really crucial thing, is being able to fill our own hearts, our own selves. And the journey of the Selfful Soul is about that. It's about becoming so aware that we know when we are letting ourselves down. And you know, the spiritual journey, this journey of self, is a lifelong journey. Really it is. Because I think if we were not learning anymore, then what's the point of living? And we can enjoy that journey. We can nurture, be loving, but also be open to being loved. And perhaps that's another take home for the Queen of Cups, opening yourself to being loved. If you feel unloved, if you feel unworthy, first loving yourself so much, but also surprising yourself by realizing that there is love there for you, love in so many forms. With the King of Cups, now the King of Cups in the upright is comfortable swimming in the emotional depths, but in the negative, the King of Cups can be too detached, perhaps, become cold, and put such boundaries up around themselves that they push people away. So that is the flip side of the King of Cups energy. But in the balanced form, the King of Cups is happy with those emotional depths. Is so comfortable within themselves that they are comfortable going into the deep emotions. Look at the King of Cups in the upright. Very comfortable with just being, with all that watery energy. Is almost floating in the water. They are floating in the water, in fact. And in being comfortable with that, being in the emotions, the boundaries are there, but they don't have to be harsh, they don't have to be hurtful, they just are there naturally. So I guess the lesson for this new moon in Cancer can be to look at where in your emotional side do you give away your, not so much power, your emotional power. Do you not feed yourself enough? Either do you not feed yourself enough? Do you not give yourself enough love? Do you overgive? Do you give with maybe not even being aware of it, but with expectation that you are not aware? Well, look, we can give with expectation, but what is important is being aware of that, which then is linked to being able to say, actually, in this situation, I think my needs are not being met. I think there's an imbalance, but being comfortable with doing that in a situation where you might not be, you might not feel recognized, and being comfortable to know that if the chips fall in a way that is hurtful, if your needs are still not being met, you know that you have a core that is strong. You have so much love for yourself that you know that it's okay, that you will be okay, with or without that compensation, that expectation being met, and knowing that you have the right to have your needs met, as long as they are fair, and you know, that they are reasonable, should I say, within your context. So that's the challenge for those of us who might be emotionally too much in that energy, and we might even have elements of both. And the challenge for those of us in the negative aspects of the King of Cups, which is being so afraid maybe of being hurt that we set such tight boundaries around ourselves, that we can hurt the people that actually we love the most, you know, and who love us. So I think that's such an interesting thing for us to look at over the next couple of weeks. Along with that, we have the Chariot, and the Chariot, the energy of the Chariot is, as you can see, the two horses speeding along with balance. Now that's the positive aspect. That's also the Chariot. It's called Triumph. And that's the positive aspect, is being able to balance the different forces as you move forward towards your goals. However, the challenge here can be if you speed along too much without consideration for the horses tiring, or the horses going in different directions. You can lack direction. And I think that the story there for us to take from the Chariot is to trust ourselves that we have the ability to move forward with confidence, but to be aware that we need to feed those different aspects of ourselves, the left brain, the right brain, the part of us that needs, if we work, for example, in a very analytical environment, to be able to switch off and do things that balance that out, like creative things, like playing with the child, like cooking, like baking, like just sitting quietly and enjoying nature. So I think the caution of the Chariot and of this energy that we move into is to respect the forward movement, respect the balancing energy that forceful and fast forward movement needs, and to show it respect by giving those horses a break, allowing them, each horse, to be able to meander and drink from the right side, the pool or the lake on the right side, and the other horse to drink from the lake on the left side, for example. And that's feeding the different aspects of ourselves, our masculine, our feminine, our right brain, our left brain. Just finding that balance. Balance is such a key thing, I think, this year. And then the moon, if you look at the moon here, there again balance comes in with the wolf. I think it's a wolf and a dog. But there again, it speaks about the different natures, the tame and the wild, the creative and the analytical. The moon for me is so much the Cancer card, because this creature is so happy within the emotional depths, is willing to go within. Although the moon can also speak about hidden things, those things that we hide from ourselves and from others. So perhaps the caution there can be to look at our those things that we tend to hide, and ask ourselves why do we need to hide those things. And it's about the emotions. So those emotional aspects of ourselves that we tend to hide from others, our feelings, our expectations around our feelings and our needs being met. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, and we can move on into the reading. So you can make your choices between so I've used the moon and the Chariot as your guides. You can choose the moon from this deck, or the moon from that deck, and the Chariot from this deck, and the Chariot from that deck. So group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. So you can pause the video, make your choices, and then I will see you on the other side. Welcome back, group 1. You've chosen this beautiful image of the moon, of the mermaid, I think, in the water. And I'm using the Alchemical Tarot, which I don't think I've used here yet. I was given this many years ago by a good friend of mine, and I love them. I don't use them often, but I love them, and they're so different. Okay, so let's see what you have for you. What we have for you. I will use these cards, and then for the guidance I will use the Greenwich Tarot. Okay, let's see. Five of Cups. Yeah. We have the Four of Cups, also in the upright. Yeah. Okay. And wow. So you have Three Cups cards, so there's almost like no denying that love, there's a love situation here. So you got that first and then that, right? Okay. Let's look at the external influences. Knight of Swords, that's for you in the reverse. Upright, Queen of Coins. So it feels like there are people. Oopsie. The Moon wants to come out. There are too many cards there, so I won't take them. So the Five of Cups again. In this depiction of the Five of Cups, this person is filling the cups up with liquid. Okay, let's take that one. Ooh, okay. I'm not sure. This feels like a threesome or multiple people involved in a relationship. That's what it feels like for me. It definitely feels like love, something that you're very attached to emotionally. It feels like something's being healed here, something that felt like it was over is being tended to, and I'm suspecting that it's the Knight of Wands, although the Knight of Wands is in reverse, that's having an impact on that. The Five of Cups is normally about something, it's the crying over spilled milk card, which I've said before, but in this case it seems like, and you've got it in the upright, the person here in this card is tending to those cups, so trying to heal something. Fives are also about change, so perhaps it's an old relationship that felt like it was dead, because you also have the Four of Cups here, and the Four of Cups, this poor elephant here looks so tired. He's so tired trying to, you know, I was chatting about the King of Cups. This card in this deck is making me think of the King of Cups in the negative, when the King of Cups tries to hold on to emotions. and block people out simply out of fear and maybe tiredness, being tired from giving and giving and giving maybe, and feeling taken advantage of. But with the Ace of Cups, I just love this card. It's so beautiful. It's a card of union. So there's something here that's worth this effort, I think. It's worth this tending to gently with love. But I think that it will require getting over this energy. Now, on the other hand, I just have to say, I just wanted to put some pictures. Let's put the Queen and King here. Oh, we can do it like that. It really does feel like there's more than one person in this, because there are two queens. There's the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Coins. It could be a water sign and an earth sign in this situation. The Knight of Swords is trying to slay dragons, but that doesn't seem to be working out. You know, I noticed the two bones there. Look at the two bones here, and they are crossed. You know, I really feel like there's something that's there's some kind of interference, third party interference, or this is a threesome, like, but something's not working out because it's needing to be tended, and it's becoming maybe burdensome, and perhaps that's because it's hidden, right? Let me think about the slaying of dragons. The Knight of Swords is a young energy, youngish energy, but quite fiery, even though very much in the head, but quite yeah, so impetuous, maybe could be impetuous and slaying dragons that aren't there. I'm just trying to make sense of this. I see the two bones there. So what I'm seeing is that this Knight of Swords is in a relationship with more than one person. I don't know if that applies, but that's what I'm seeing. It is in a relationship with more than one person, and it's not honest about that. I don't think there's a problem with people being in multiple relationships as long as all the parties agree. But to me, it feels like this Knight of Swords is not being open with the Queen and the two queens. Now, this could be any kind of relationship. It could be any. The queens don't represent women, and the knights don't have to represent men, although they normally do. But so all it is suggesting is that there's one person with two partners, and I feel that these two partners might suspect this, but don't know for sure. And the energies of these two, the one is very nurturing, and the other is quite practical and down to earth. They're both very beautiful energies, so which might make it quite difficult. You know, when I think about those two bones there, to me it suggests maybe the two people, but also like a crossroads, or feeling tired, feeling unsure, and they're crossed over each other, so like feeling unsure about which direction to take. There's love, love, love here. And I'm going to use the Green Witch Tarot for clarification, or to advise, and maybe some clarification, right? I think maybe clarification's needed. You know what I'm going to take clarification on is these two and that one. I think these are clear. That's talking about divine union. But I don't know if it can be with two people, like with the threesome. You know, sometimes outside interference could be other people related to a relationship. It doesn't have to be an affair, whatever. I mean, it could be this is an open relationship, but the knight is not able to juggle very effectively and is starting to feel burdened. But I think that the knight is feeling burdened in any case. And I think that the knight in this case is the person watching this. It's possible that it's reversed, but that's what I think. I think the knight is you. So let's get a clarification on the... Hey, people. Okay. So I was seeing this as the 5 of Cups. It's actually the 6 of Cups. Huh. So it's the 6 of Cups, which gives kind of a quite different take on this, right? The 6 of Cups is about, it echoes this soulmate type of real energy. Okay, and then you get the Tower. Let's get one for the 4 of Cups. 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. Something's not working right now. You know, I feel this is quite a deep relationship. There's a soulmate kind of relationship, but something is about to erupt, or has erupted, maybe because of this threesome. And it's so interesting. This is actually 3 again. Even though the 3 of Pentacles normally talks about people working together towards a common goal, in this case I'm seeing it very much as this threesome, and it's becoming really tiring. It's very hard to juggle relationships, I think, especially if you have to be dishonest, you know, because the nature of that leads you to be dishonest, even if you're not dishonest by nature, right? Let's get on to the Knight. See what's the Knight in this. So something's about to erupt. This is a soulmate. There's some kind of soulmate energy here, and perhaps that's what you as the Knight need to figure out. And then you get the 6 of Pentacles, which is about finding balance. Can you see in this card, someone's hiding something? You know, it comes back to that over-giving. But in this case, the 1 is giving to 2. And I think that's causing the Knight to feel depleted, that they are not able to slay dragons. So let's look at the advice then. The Queen of Wands. The 7 of Pentacles. And this one is not sure whether it must be upright or... And the 6 of Wands. So the Queen of Wands, I'll put these all upright anyway, because this is your advice. Let me look at this properly. The Queen of Wands talks about creative energy, fiery, passionate. That's what, not in this deck. She seems more like the Queen of Coins, you know, quite stable, in this one. There's a little bird there, and almost suggesting like a message, being open to messages. And this is in line with I think that the Queen of Wands is suggesting a decision needs to be made either way, because look at that wand. She's holding up her wand, like suggesting, it almost looks like a schoolma'am kind of thing. Really, that seems to be the suggestion in this deck. But like, almost like this is a higher up being saying, decision time, you need to make a decision. And it looks like it's a tough decision, because you have the Seven of Pentacles and you have the Six of Wands. Now those are both very, if you look at those two cards, the one is about slowly, steadily working towards something. And look at the loving care that's put into that. So there's that, and then there's this energy of the Six of Wands, which implies victory. I think this is a hard one, hey? Because, yeah, perhaps I'll draw one more for advice, because basically the advice is decision time, or something's going to blow up, or if it hasn't already blown up. And that's related to this, trying to give, there's sneakiness here, there's sharing, but there's something like just not okay about that. Yeah. And then you get the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords in the upright is about blunt, almost being very direct. I think that you simply, what it suggests is needing to make a decision about something. And perhaps that's all that it is. Perhaps there's nothing more to be said. You know, the Queen of Swords can also talk about doing something fair, being fair. So I'm not too sure what the situation is, and I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to talk much more about it. It does look like there's some situation where there's outside interference. I'm not sure which is the outside interference, and that's for you to decide. But this is putting a burden on you. This having to make not making a decision is putting a burden on the Knight of Swords, and it's the card suggests that a decision needs to be made. Maybe between something that's treasured and something that's passionate, because the coins, the Seven of Pentacles does talk about something that's built up over time, and it's treasured. It's a treasure. The Six of Wands does speak about something, well, wands are often about passion, creative energy. This does imply success, but I guess perhaps it's passion. I think you'll know best, and I think that your guidance is that you have to be fair, and you have to make a decision, that you're being pushed to make a decision about something. Okay, group one, I hope that's helped. And all the best with your deliberations and your decision making. Okay, Bye bye, and I'll see you soon. Please like and share and subscribe if you haven't yet, and share this with others. They might find it useful. Okay, I'll move on to group 2 now. Welcome back, group 2. You've chosen the Chariot in this deck of cards. So let's see. I want you guys to look at your situation and what's around it. Ooh, I'm going to take all those. Right. Let's see. The Lady of Coins. The 7 of Coins. Temperance. Six of Swords, Queen of Wands, and the Tower. You also have this card, it's in the upright for you, and that's the 7 of Wands. Okay, this card seems to be capturing my attention. I think the 7 of Wands normally talks about standing your ground, but when I look at this card, how it's in this deck, the thing that comes to mind is dog eat dog. Huh? I mean, there's something really not good going on, and it seems to be a fight to the death. So let's see what it's about. So this is the Page of Coins, and it's in the reverse. So it suggests that an offer, perhaps an offer that you were hoping for, waiting for, has not come through. With the 7 of Coins, it's something that maybe you've put a lot of work into. That's what that's suggesting. And then with Temperance there, I like the fact that you have Temperance there, because it suggests that even though this offer hasn't come through and you've put a lot of effort, even though you might not realize it, it's helped you come to some kind of balance in some situation. You are working towards a really lovely balanced energy. It's quite beautiful, and it really implies that even if this offer hasn't come through, you've gained a lot through this process. You've gained a lot through this process. I mean, having the Temperance as your card, that's a beautiful card to have as in the upright as well. Outside, what's affecting your journey at the moment? Because this suggests positive movement forward. The Queen of Wands suggests in this deck of cards, it suggests like being pulled in 2 different directions, maybe, or maybe it suggests balance. But she is in your reverse, right? So perhaps it's an outside influence. Perhaps there is a Queen of Wands who is influencing your life, perhaps in a negative way. And I think it comes back to this dog-eat-dog thing. There's something not right going on here. And then you have the Tower, this tower that keeps coming, and you have it in reverse. Yeah. So it's in this deck you can see that container, whatever, at the top of the structure is starting to crack. Something's going to burst out, especially with the lightning hitting it. Something's going to give. So it kind of contrasts that temperance energy. I think there's something about balance that's going on here, or an imbalance. Something you were hoping for hasn't come in, despite the fact that you've worked really hard. But you just need to be reminded that you have the Temperance card here. It's a really powerful card of balance, that despite all this imbalance, there's an energy, a negative energy impacting on the situation, because it's the Queen of Wands in reverse. So the Queen of Wands in reverse could speak about someone not pulling their weight, perhaps, possibly backbiting or hidden things. But there's just a negative energy about this Queen of Wands energy here, especially because of this dog-eat-dog thing that I'm getting. Fighting over resources in a way. It doesn't feel to me like you are the one that's fighting, or you're not wanting to fight. But perhaps you might have to. Perhaps you don't have to do it in this way, but perhaps you're going to have to stand up for yourself. Or else this bad work environment or personal environment, or this thing that has been built on a faulty structure is not going to come down. It will stay hidden, and then this movement forward, this positive movement forward, it will affect that. But I'm glad that you have this card, which does suggest positive movement forward anyway. Right? Okay, let's see your advice cards. Wow. You get the Six of Swords in the reverse. I think that's quite something, because I just said that you might not get that positive movement forward, and then you get the Six of Swords again in the reverse with the Six of Swords in the upright. So it is a caution to you to just think about what that, the Six of Swords is about moving from something difficult to calmer water. But I think in your situation, something needs to be done. You're going to have to draw on this strength in order to move forward. Let's see what the other cards have to say. You get the Justice card, but you have it in reverse for you, right? You get the Queen of Pentacles in the upright, which there's something tricky that you're having to deal with, with the Justice card in reverse. You get the Knight of Pentacles in reverse for you, the Page of Chalices in the upright. I think you can still see them. And then you get the Nine of Swords, which talks about sleepless nights. So there definitely seems to be a negative, some energy that's keeping you awake at night, and you need to address that, right? I think you need to think about, what is it that is going to take me from the tumultuous, is there such a word as tumultuous? No. The turbulent, I think I was combining words, the turbulent water to something calm. What is it that will be required of you? You need to think about what's fair. and I think in this case particularly what's fair for you, because there's definitely seems to be like someone wanting to fight, and you are in temperance mode. You've done all this hard work to find this balance. I don't think it would be fair on you to rise to their bait, maybe. And here you have the Queen of Coins. I think this is your stability. You know, I was saying that we're in the time of Cancer. The opposite star sign of Cancer is the Capricorn, which maybe is a very good, well depicted by the Queen of Pentacles, even though Pentacles refer to all the earth signs. But perhaps that's what you need to be drawing on, is that other nature within yourself, that very stable nature, that is not going to be swayed by all the shit that's going on, because you have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So it's the Queen of Wands in her negative energy, in their negative energy, maybe playing games, perhaps being arrogant, perhaps causing fights where there's no reason for a fight. You are being asked to stay in this and this energy, Queen of Coins energy, which is about your stability, being a rock, basically. But that doesn't have to be in an ungentle way, especially for yourself. I think you are being asked to take care of yourself. So you can try to make things fair, because this card suggests complete imbalance. But so you can try to make things fair, but they mustn't be at your expense. And then the Knight of Pentacles, the way I see it, the Knight of Pentacles, if you can't go to those calm waters, the Knight of Pentacles rides away. Yeah, rides out of the picture. And that's linked to the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, I'll start something new somewhere else. I think that's what the suggestion is here. You have the Page of Chalices in the upright, which suggests to me that you will make an offer, that you should perhaps make an offer of, put out a hand, of a gesture of, let's make this work. A peace offering, really. Because the Page of Cups is very gentle, and you have the Page of Cups in the upright, and in it also that Cancerian or water energy, which you're comfortable with. So it's just saying you don't have to put walls up. I think you need to be reminding yourself that you've done all this work, and that's led to you being in a very balanced state emotionally, or in some aspect of your life. So trust that, and draw on this kind of the Queen of Coins, like, is comfortable with her abundance. That abundance is about stability. It's about being a stable nurturer, a nurturer who can also has very clear boundaries, doesn't just give without taking care of themselves. So that's the energy you need to be drawing on. Yes, I will put out a hand of a peace offering, or not even a peace offering. I will make a gesture of peace. Let's work this out. But if someone's still going to be playing games, you are not going to have any of it, and you know that you have other options, right? The Nine of this card is just a reminder to get out of this worrying mode. Try to get yourself out of the worrying mode. That actually remind yourself, just if you can't sleep at night, just let go of the churning. Remind yourself that you have these powerful energies on your side, and that you have this option of, you don't have to stay in a shit situation. So just to quickly recap, ask yourself, what is that peaceful solution? What is the moving from turbulent to quiet waters? What would that take? And to bring this situation into balance? What would take this rather than that? Even if somebody else is trying to do that. Making that offer, but doing it very much from this place of quiet strength, trusting yourself that you have that balance, and then reminding yourself that, okay, I have this, I'm like this, I have these energies. If I need to, I will make an exit. Okay. Yeah. Don't be unappreciated, and appreciate yourself, I think. Okay. Thank you, group 2. I hope that helps. Lots of love to you. Please like and share and subscribe. Please tell others about me who might benefit. Yes, and I will see you soon. Take care. Group 3. Welcome back, group 3. You chose this chariot, this depiction of the chariot. Let's see what your cards are, what your messages are. Okay. So all you've got similar, well, you've got some of the same cards as the previous, but yours are all in the upright. So your cards are saying to me, the 7 of coins in this deck, 7 of coins is about working hard on something, patiently working, building something. But here you also have the symbol of victory at the top. So there's a suggestion of something, you being victorious in some endeavor. Which may lead to some kind of offer that you've been hoping for. And that will lead to this feeling, or maybe it's happened already, of quite a balanced Queen of Wands energy, creative energy, passionate, it's almost like not a new beginning, but perhaps it will feel like this new beginning energy where you're quite balanced, but very, very creative and energetic, lots of fire, lots of passion. And then you have these 2 cards in the reverse. I'll draw one more. Okay, so that's for you in the upright. Nice. There's another offer, and it suggests an emotional offer, an offer of love. Or perhaps this offer that's made will be very emotionally fulfilling. I'm not sure if this offer is about love. I think it's more work, project related, but it will be, it is, or it will be emotionally fulfilling. The 8 of coins also speaks about industriousness, but this person looks a bit unhappy about that, but it's in the reverse for you. So you've got this dreaded 3 of swords. You know what I love about the way this is depicted? You've got it in the reverse, so which suggests to me that healing is taking place. You know that something painful has come to an end, and you are now healing. What is lovely about this depiction, it shows the pain, that our pain is a healer, because that teardrop waters the rose, right? So the way it's depicted here is that whatever pain we experience is also our healer, and that's so beautiful. But I think that you have come through a period, perhaps you've done a lot of healing on yourself, and maybe that's what's leading to this emotional fulfillment as well. And you've also worked hard, and you've been patient, I think, about something. So it seems to be suggesting that things are coming right for you. That offers, that's definitely an offer being made. And I'll put these all in the upright. Your advice. The Two of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and the Four of Cups. Ha! So you need to be open to that offer, right? The Four of Cups can talk about being bored with something and dreamy. So I think perhaps it's just a caution to be open. If you see an offer coming, be open to it. The Nine of Wands, this person is almost protecting what they've built. And I'm reminded of that pixie-like creature there, which is calling to play a little bit. So perhaps it's time for you to lay down some burdens. Perhaps it's time for you not to be too serious. The card suggests that some offer is coming in, and perhaps you need to be open to it and be a little bit more playful. And with the Two of Swords, the Two of Swords does suggest making a decision about something, that you'll have to make a decision about something. So let me think about this for you. Yeah, okay. So I think that I suppose the message for you, aside from the messages of the Queen and King of Cups that I spoke about earlier, I think the message for you is to be open to whatever offer is coming your way, to not just knock it offhand and ignore it. Don't be complacent about it. And perhaps you need to trust that all that you've worked on has had value, you know, that perhaps you are afraid of this offer, and perhaps you're not sure that you have anything to give, but this card suggests that you have, and perhaps you need to play a little bit, perhaps you just need to rest a little bit, because maybe if you're not in a restful state, you could not see an offer or not see the value of an offer. Okay. And then with the Two of Swords here, I'm going to draw a clarifier for this, just so that you can take that home, something home with you. It does suggest having to make a decision about something. The advice is that you need to make a decision about something. Perhaps it's about that offer. And I suspect the two people in this card are you having a debate with yourself about this offer. Will it be good? Will it be bad? Yeah, and then you get the Four of Swords, which is the card of reflection, of meditation, and I think what it's saying, but in this deck, it really looks like the person is resting rather than making meditation too stressful. The person is resting. So I think that you are being invited to just be a bit lighter. Trust that you've built up, you've done the hard work. You've built resources. You've built your skills, and you have you are valued. But maybe you need to just lighten up. I really think you need to lighten up, so that if there's an offer, you are able to make a decision from a place of peacefulness, not stress, rather that. So I would say try to move into this energy rather than that. So the pixie there is beckoning you to come in. Just chill, relax. So any decision you make can be from this energy rather than this energy. Okay, this energy which suggests that you might not be able to see an offer, or you'll feel bored, or you'll feel unworthy. Okay, I'll leave it there. Thank you, Group 3. Lots of love to you. Please like, please share, and please subscribe if you haven't already, and let other people know if you feel this will be of value to them. Lots of love to you, and I will chat to you soon. Bye. Group 4. So you chose this moon, the moon in this deck of cards. So let's see. Group 4, let's see what comes for you. You have the Four of Wands. What a beautiful card. You have the Five of Wands, which is also which is kind of contradicting the Four of Wands in a way. You have the Nine of Swords, and you have the Moon in reverse. The Fool. So, okay, you have the Four of Wands, well, depicting your situation. There's some stable relationship that you have, maybe a marriage, perhaps a work relationship. The Wands, this Four of Wands, well, it's so clear in the picture, right? It's so beautiful. Deep, deep, deep connection. But there's something that is in danger of burning out. The Five of Wands can also talk about competing interests, and then you have this Nine of Swords here in the reverse, which does speak about sleepless nights and being in your head, but it's in the reverse, so perhaps you're letting go of that. But you also have the Moon in the reverse, and the Moon can speak about secrets. In the reverse, the Moon can talk about deception, something not being clear beneath the surface, something hidden. And along with it, you have the Fool, which is like a new beginning, but you also have that in the reverse. It's like there's a new beginning that requires trust, that is not happening because there's a lack of trust. Perhaps you are wanting things to be very clear before you make a decision about something. You know, you are too afraid to make a move just in case it's not, you're afraid that it might not work out. But sometimes we have to make those leaps in any case, right? I think the three groups have got this Three of Swords in the reverse, which, no, it's just two. Anyway, the Three of Swords, and I was just saying that I love the way this is depicted because it shows that this hurt, this pain, is a healer, because the tear is watering the rose in this deck of cards, in the way this artist depicted it. I think it's so beautiful. And it's because it's in the reverse for you, it suggests that there's some healing that is taking place, that you've been willing to do the work, and you are healing. However, there's this competing stuff that's going on, and I'm not sure what it's about. It could be impatience. It could be related to feeling like it's all work and no play. That's what I'm getting. And we'll get the advice cards, maybe that will clarify. The Nine of Swords suggests that there have been lots of sleepless nights, but perhaps those are coming to an end now, because there's this beautiful new beginning card, and it's with there's a bunny rabbit there indicating fertility. This is a Pentacles card, so it suggests lots of abundance. This new beginning that you're being offered, it suggests it's a really abundant new beginning. So I think that you need to take this leap of faith in whatever this is. You know, this looks like a relationship, but it could be work. It could be work. Okay, I'm not supposed to be getting from this. You did get the Four of Cups, so the Four of Cups is poor Ellie is so tired trying to block the emotions, trying to keep things under wraps, and I guess that's linked to the Four of Wands there. Is there something that you are afraid of opening your heart to? Could be work, it could be, but it's something passionate and fiery. It might be a relationship, and so there's a lot of fear there. Yeah, the Moon also speaks about fear, so it might not even be deception at all. It could just be a fear of the unknown, and the unknown comes in with the Fool, and that's why you're not taking that new beginning, or you're afraid of it. But there's definitely an offer that's suggested. So you get the Eight of okay, these are quite powerful cards. Okay, so the Eight of Swords, she's walking around feeling trapped. So perhaps there's a fear of being trapped. You have Three of Swords again, which is that Three of Swords, lots of pain. This is also a beautiful depiction, because that's what I love about the tarot, is that you always see something new, and the artist also brings their own interpretation. And here they have this person going into that doorway, and that doorway looks a bit mysterious to me, but the person is willing to go in there despite the fear, despite whatever pain they have to confront. So I think that you've done a lot of healing, but I think there's still more work to be done. And perhaps that healing is around your feelings of being trapped. What makes, perhaps you need to think about why do you feel trapped, and what is it that makes you feel trapped, and therefore how do you untrap yourself You know, the air card, the swords cards are about the air, they are about the head. So it could be you being stuck in your head. So you need to look at that. And then there's this tower again. This tower just keeps coming up. So there's something you need to work towards, something fair and balanced. And, well, the tower in this case, it really looks like a apocalyptic. Even the rooster, the little rooster at the bottom there. That's so funny. I don't know if it's a warning. You know, I never see the cards as a warning, but I seldom do. But it's almost suggesting that there's more healing that needs to be done. And that, so there's something on offer, there's a change afoot, there's something that wants to come into your life. However, you're very afraid. And perhaps your fear stems from fear of feeling blindfolded and trapped and not knowing the way how to move. And I think that you need to do some work on that. Why do you feel trapped? What makes you feel trapped? And how can you get unstuck from that and move to this place of fairness and balance for yourself and for those around you. And in this case, I'm feeling that these need to be done in order for stability. You know, because you could be the architect of your own tower, which might be unnecessary, right? I know that the tower does talk about rebuilding but perhaps in this case it's not necessary. All it's saying is you need to do that work, that healing. Be willing to go into those depths, right? And that going into the depths is so linked to the Fool. The Fool is willing to take a chance and not be afraid of the Moon. And how do you like it in this one? Thank you, Moon. There's my symbol for Cancer, the crab. And we were talking about the Cancer, the water energy, the Queen and King of Cups. It's saying that you need not be afraid, but do this healing work. And perhaps this is very significant for you, is how do you bring the Queen and the King of Cups energies into the upright for you, so that you feel comfortable to take the step into the unknown, trusting that you have the resources, right? Because there's a promise of something really beautiful here with the Ace of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. Really beautiful. And but you have the power. You need to confront this feeling of being trapped and ask yourself why and what would make you not feel trapped. Do this inner work. Be willing to go to the pain, because you've done a lot of it already. Just keep doing that, I think, and then you move yourself towards this place. I love that. Actually, it's the first time I've even thought about saying that. It says harm none, that thing about balance. This is the Justice card, and it's about being fair to yourself and giving whatever this is a fair chance, and being fair to others in the process. Okay, group 4, that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that's helpful for you. Please give me feedback. Please share with others, and please like and subscribe. Lots of love to you, and I will chat with you again soon. Bye.